Long before cities rose, before writing carved memory into clay, before nations fought over borders and truths, humans sat beneath the open sky and told stories about the lights above them. They imagined faces in the stars, voices in the wind, justice in the thunder, comfort in the dark. Across continents and millennia, separated by oceans, languages, and entirely different worlds, humans made gods. And in almost every civilization, those gods looked like us. Why? Why would a species so afraid of its own fragility decide that the universe, infinite, violent, and ancient beyond comprehension, was governed by beings with our own faces, our own tempers, our own jealousies, and our own desires? Why do we imagine the divine in our own image? To understand the answer, we must go back to the beginning, not of civilization, but of the human mind. Humans are the only species that can look at the sky and feel small. We are the only species that grieves for the dead long after they vanish. We are the only species that wonders why we exist at all. That burden, consciousness, is both our greatest gift and our deepest curse. To early humans, the world was not neutral. It was alive in ways they couldn't explain. Thunder spoke, fire danced, rivers whispered. The sun died every night and clawed its way back into the sky every morning. To them, these were not metaphors. They were mysteries so vast that imagination became a survival strategy. And imagination has a rule. We understand the unknown by turning it into something known. So when early humans tried to imagine what controlled the world, they began with the only model they had: themselves. The first gods were not perfect. They were not serene. They were not distant. They were frightened, impulsive, emotional, and hungry, like the people who invented them. But likeness is not only about appearance. Our gods resemble us because they were designed to solve our problems. Every civilization shaped its pantheon to reflect what it feared and what it needed. In ancient Egypt, where the Nile decided life or death, gods controlled the flooding of the river. Their forms mixed human and animal, expressing a world where survival depended on both. In Greece, where debate, individuality, and city-states clashed, the gods argued, schemed, and embodied human flaws. In Mesopotamia, where kings struggled to impose order, their gods mirrored absolute rulers, cosmic monarchs maintaining fragile stability. In indigenous American traditions, where nature itself was central, spirits took the shape of animals, plants, and landscapes, but still thought and felt like humans. Every god is a portrait of a society trying to understand itself. We didn't just make gods that look like us, we made gods that justify us, warn us, inspire us, and restrain us. A god is the first story a culture tells about its own identity. But there is a deeper truth, one that psychologists and anthropologists uncovered only recently. When people imagine divine beings, they default to something universal, something astonishingly consistent across cultures: a mind, a will, intentions, emotions, a being who watches. We project human consciousness onto the universe because we are built to detect intention, even when none exists. It is an evolutionary reflex. To our ancestors, misunderstanding a rustle in the grass as a lion was safer than assuming it was the wind. So we evolved to see agency everywhere. This instinct survived long after the grass stopped hiding predators. We see meaning in coincidence. We see patterns in chaos. We invent personalities for storms, fortunes, and tragedies. And over centuries, these instincts crystallized into religion. We didn't give gods human faces because we wanted to flatter ourselves. We gave them human faces because we are incapable of imagining minds without using our own as a template. Every god is a reflection in the dark, a face shaped from our need to understand the unknowable. As human societies matured, something remarkable happened. Our gods began to change. In ancient philosophy, in early monotheism, in Buddhism, in later Hinduism, in countless animist traditions, we find gods that drift away from humanity. They become abstract, untouchable, beyond form and logic, a creator without a body, a spirit without a face, a cosmic order rather than a person. This represents a second stage of our species' imagination. When human society becomes complex enough, the gods stop needing our features. And yet, paradoxically, even in religions with formless divinity, humans still imagine the divine through human experience. Compassion, anger, reward, punishment, favor, intention. The body disappears, but the mind remains human. Even when we erase the divine image, we hold on to the divine psychology. Today, many people don't believe in gods at all, at least not traditional ones. And yet, the instinct that created them hasn't vanished. We create new human-shaped gods all the time. Celebrities, nations, leaders, algorithms, markets, movements, ideologies. We assign them intentions. We beg them for protection. We fear their wrath. We believe they watch us, judge us, save us, or doom us. We have replaced Olympus with Hollywood, cathedrals with stadiums, prophets with influencers, divine judgment with online outrage. Humans cannot help crafting higher powers in our own image, even when those powers are secular. The instinct is older than religion, older than writing, older than civilization. It is the architecture of the human mind. So why do humans invent gods that look like us? Because we cannot imagine a universe without trying to find ourselves in it. Because the world is too vast to face alone. Because meaning is something we build. And we build it from the only blueprint we have. Our own fears, hopes, and consciousness. Every god ever imagined is a mirror, held up to a species desperate to understand its place in an indifferent cosmos. And that may be the most human truth of all. Before this video closes, I wanted to take a moment to ask you to like and subscribe. Echo Theory is a work in progress that starts with this video, and I want you all to partake in this journey of critical thinking and questioning concepts. Each interaction, no matter how small, will allow this content to reach many more people. Many thanks for watching.